This time we're going to look at how to make a pad sound. So pads are really good for making something sound really big in a chorus, for example. You don't really notice them. You don't really pick out, oh, there's a pad, like you would a guitar or something like that. You don't really notice it, but you do notice it when it's not there. So it's a really nice way to make a section of the song big and make another section not big by simply not playing. So let's take a look at how to do that. We're going to start off with the knit patch here. And we're going to look at this amp section here. So usually pads are not sharp. So for example, when you play this, it's like on off really drastically. So we're going to bring up the amp here. And so notice the difference here. So like when I play it, it's just like on. When I turn it up, it takes a while to get there. So this is more of a pad sound. But notice that when I take my hand off of it, it's like instantly off. So like this is where we bring up the release. So notice when I bring this up, even though I take my hand off, it like takes a while to get down in volume. So already we kind of have a pad sound just by like adjusting those two things. Next thing I want to do is bring down the intensity a bit. So I mean that's already workable. Maybe we'll bring up the over time. We'll bring up the intensity. So notice how that goes right on, just like our volume was going straight on. So like you'll notice that this is exactly the same as this, but this is applying to the intensity. So this is volume. This is the exact same controls before intensity. So I'm gonna, instead of being intense right away, and we can see like make it more drastic, like intense right away. We're gonna say do that over time. Let's make that even more drastic. So now it's like slowly going out. So pads are slow to get going and slow to leave, usually. And that's what kind of makes them not obvious. They just kind of come into the song. You don't really notice that they're there, and they leave really slowly without, telling anybody that they're leaving. And then we could make the tone different with our tone knobs here. For example, this is kind of like we would call this like a triangle or a sawtooth. So listen what happens when I change this to like more of a round sound. So it's not as sharp, it's more round. So this kind of sound would be very hard to notice among other instruments, and that's totally fine. We're just trying to make it bigger. Anyways, give you a demonstration of how this works. Here's a song. This is without a pad, just bass and drums. And this is a pad coming in. So if there's like a vocal on top of that, you wouldn't even really notice the pad. It's just kind of there. But as soon as it leaves, you'll notice that there's more space in the song. So it like feels like a different part of the song. So anyways, that's how you make a pad.